Hey guys, E. Latimer here. I just got off a book binge. I know you know what I'm talking about. A book binge, when you read a series back to back because you love it so much, you don't read anything in between until you're obsessed with the book series and it kind of seems real to you, like the characters might be real, and maybe you even dream about it. Other people have to do this, it can't just be me. My latest book binge was the Grisha series. Honestly, I was thinking about doing a kind of review of all of them, but when you read a book series back to back, they sort of start to blend into one another. So I'm not going to review them separately. Instead, I'm going to review the series as a whole, and there won't be any major spoilers. So if you haven't read the Grisha series, you don't have to worry about that. First of all, a lot of the time when I read a second book in a series, it kind of flops. It's sort of like the author has this great idea for a first book for a great hook, and it sells, and then they were kind of, it's a book with the series potential, but it can stand alone by itself. And a lot of time it doesn't feel like the author has really thought out what the next book in the series is going to be about or how it's going to continue from the first book. I did not get this feeling with Siege and Storm. It was just as strong as the first book, and I can't say that I liked it as much as the third book, but there was parts that I really liked and really enjoyed, probably equal to the third book. Weirdly enough, I don't have a favorite book in this series. I liked them all equally. Because it was just such a good narrative flow that it all connected really well, and I don't feel like there was a weak book out of the three. So this isn't really a spoiler per se, but I just want to say one thing about the romance. I'm really glad that Bardugo stuck to her guns, because I know that there was a huge amount of the audience that wanted her to end up with a certain guy, and Bardugo said that she had one in mind the whole time, and that was who she was going to end up with. And that's what happened, and I really liked the way it turned out, and I understand why the audience members wanted her to end up with the other guy. The other guy was cool too, but I thought the story worked really well the way it ended. See, no spoilers. I'm not saying who it is, I'm just saying I liked it. One thing I will say is that I almost expected the character to go dark side, and I thought it was going in a really interesting direction, and she doesn't turn out to be a villain. I don't think that's a huge spoiler, because you usually don't expect main characters to turn out to be villains. But I almost thought it was going that way. Maybe it was just me. And I was really excited for a little bit. But of course, she makes the right decisions and stuff in the end. I mean, I don't think that's a huge spoiler, hopefully. There's a happy ending. Spoilers. The Russian mythology in the Grisha series was very, very cool. I really liked the creepy priest guy in it. I thought he was a cool touch. He reminded me of Rasputin. I loved the system of powers that the Grisha had. And there's a lot of stuff I can't go into without spoiling, but some of the incorporation of Russian myths and legends was very cool. So, do I recommend the series? Yeah, but I will warn you, you better have a few days cleared off your schedule so that you can just read and binge these books back to back without stopping, because they will hook you in and not let you go. Now, you might think I'd be suffering from a book hangover after this. A lot of the times when you go on a book binge, once you're finished the series, you're not sure what to do with yourself. You kind of wander around aimlessly, not sure if life has any meaning anymore. These characters, it kind of feels like you've lost a friend. I mean, you could go back and reread, but that's probably not healthy. Luckily for me, my book hangover is not going to last very long because I have other things to occupy myself with. What about you guys? Have you read the Grisha series? And if so, what did you think about it? Also, what is the last book series you binged on? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, the WordNerds have our live chat, and we would love to see you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.